I never thought buying a quiet house in the suburbs would turn into a full-blown psychological thriller starring my neighbor Karen. But somehow, that's exactly what happened. It started when I bought a house on the edge of a gated community. The property wasn't under HOA control, it had been built years before the association existed, but it shared the same main road as the neighborhood. My realtor told me it was a great deal. Private land, big yard, lake access, and no HOA dues. Sounded perfect. What no one warned me about was Karen, the self-proclaimed queen of the HOA. The first time I met her, she was standing in my driveway when I came home from work. No hi, no welcome to the neighborhood. Just, Karen, you're not supposed to park that truck there. Me, this is my driveway. Karen, the HOA doesn't allow work vehicles in visible areas. Me, good thing I'm not in the HOA then. That made her face twitch like she'd swallowed a lemon. Everyone here follows the HOA rules. Everyone except me, I said with a smile, and went inside. From that day on, she seemed obsessed. I'd catch her taking pictures of my house, peeking through the fence, or telling delivery drivers not to enter restricted property. My doorbell camera became her least favorite thing. Then came the day that changed everything. It was a Friday afternoon. I'd taken off work early, planning to grill and relax. I was in the backyard when I heard a knock at the door. I opened it, and there she was, holding a suitcase. Karen, I'll be staying with you for a little while. I blinked. What? Karen, the HOA is repaving the main road, and my driveway's blocked.
You can't access my home.
So I'll be living here until they finish. I actually laughed. You must be joking. Her face didn't move. I'm the HOA president. It's standard policy for members to assist one another. Good thing I'm not a member, I said, starting to close the door. She jammed her foot between the frame and the door.
You can't refuse.
The HOA can fine you for being uncooperative.
Karen, you have no authority over ME.
Please remove your foot. Instead, she tried to push her way inside. I stepped back, pulled out my phone, and started recording. Unless you want me to call the police, I suggest you leave.
She froze. You wouldn't dare.
Try me. She backed off but didn't go far. She stood in my driveway for 10 minutes, yelling about how people like me ruin communities, and how she'd make sure my property was reviewed by the board. I ignored her and went back to grilling. I thought that would be the end of it.
Oh no.
That night, around 10 p.m., I heard a sound from my porch, like something dragging across the boards. I checked my security camera feed, and my jaw dropped.
It was Karen. With sleeping bags.
She'd set up a foldable lawn chair and was trying to camp on my front porch. She had snacks, a blanket, and a big sign that said temporary residence taped to my window. I went outside and turned on the porch light.
ME. Karen, what the hell are you doing? Karen, you left ME no quase.
You're legally required to provide temporary lodging.
ME, for who?
Karen, 4 HOA officials displaced during maintenance. At that point, I couldn't even be mad, it was just absurd.
Karen, go home. Last warning.
When she refused, I called the non-emergency police line. 2 officers showed up within minutes. I knew one of them from town events. When I explained what was happening, they both looked at Karen like she had 3 heads. Officer, ma'am, you can't set up camp on someone's property.
Karen, I can.
I'm the HOA president. Officer, then you should know that HOA rules don't apply to private, non-member properties. She tried arguing for another 5 minutes before they told her she could either leave voluntarily or be cited for trespassing. She finally packed up her things, grumbling the whole time, and stomped off into the night. I thought that was the end.
Again, wrong.
The next morning, I woke up to find a notice taped to my mailbox. It was a fake HOA violation letter demanding that I cooperate with community lodging regulations and pay a $500 fine for noncompliance. That was the last straw. I called the county zoning office, I work there, ironically, and filed a report. Turns out, Karen's so-called HOA hadn't renewed its registration in years, which made all her rules and fines completely unenforceable. Within a month, she was served with a cease and desist order for imp.